Yeah, the game crashed. Moving on. We didn't lose all that much. Did we? Yeah. We just entered here and that's pretty much when it crashed. Shady Hat, Utility Junction. So this seems to be a volatile area. Come on, come on. Blowing one. Come on. This should be pretty much an extra place. So, not necessary to come here. I'm interested if there's something really interesting here. Ammunition and crappy weapons are not something I'm interested in. Skill books, bobblehead, something that'll make a permanent save. Save. Bottle caps and pre-war money. So, in many ways, being able to lockpick the initial heart lock was the major reward from this because it provided with quite a bit of XP. The rest of this, not even worth the fuel used to kill these bastards. Where do we close the door? Where do you close the door on this side? We should be safe now. What? I can't really loot all this stuff? Where are these tunnels? The Shaft Tunnel, yeah. I think when I read that someone having problem with crashing on the Nuka-Cola factory, Taft tunnels were also one of the places that were complained about the game crashing. And I can attest to that, so I want to get out of here now. I have no idea why. Why? I want to try something. It's quicker to reload this way, a weapon, than it's to...
Madison Lee. I have people with me in need of shelter. You must allow us access at once.
I'm sorry, man. No unauthorized civilians allowed inside the Citadel. You'll have to leave now.
Lions! I know you're in there! I know you can hear me! You open this goddamn door right now! We need to escape while we can.
So escape.
Hail.
Madison, I'm surprised to see you here. What can I do for you?
Don't talk down to me, Lions. I had nowhere else to turn. You must help us. Project Purity has been overrun.
Yes, I'd heard reports of an incident there. What details can you give us?
The Enclave. They've attacked Project Purity. James is dead. There may be more, I don't know. You have to do something.
Then it's as we feared. Madison, I'm sorry this happened. I wish we could have done something.
Then do something now. They've taken over the Purifier. Lions, they cannot be permitted to have control over it. It's not right.
No. Calm down. You know as well as I do that the Purifier doesn't work. It's useless to them. Perhaps it's time to walk away.
That's not true. James, he found what's been missing. We know how to get it running.
Is that so? Does the Enclave know this?
No, I don't think... I don't know. I just don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, Madison. It'll be okay. Now, this is James's daughter, I presume? I can see the resemblance.
Yes. She knows what we need. Vault-Tec computer, something to locate equipment. Please help her.
Very well. We'll sort this all out.
I need to rest, lie down or something. This is just too much. Rothschild should help you, but don't forget that he's Brotherhood. I've never trusted them. Be careful what you tell them.
Hail.
Hail.
What's your tactical assessment of this move?
I need to speak with you, Father.
Certainly, Sarah. What's on your mind?
Father, I know that you do not wish to discuss the fate of the outcasts, but there are some who say...
You may be a sentinel, but you're also my daughter. I won't throw your life away fighting an enemy we know too little about. I'm sorry, but... No.
Yes, Father, I understand. You have my apologies.
Hail.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man.
I don't really get why he killed himself. I get why he killed himself, but I don't think it's all an effective way to prevent the Enclave from gaining access to everything they want anyway. It's a delaying tactic. I'm not sure that such a thing is worth throwing away your life. I also dislike when in storage or movies or games parents basically get killed off by the writer because they don't know really what to do with them. Or characters in general, when they've served the story writer's purpose, they get killed off because the story writer doesn't have a way to meaningfully bring them into the story later on. They were only there to get things started, and later on they get killed off because you don't want to leave any loose ends. What do you know about the Enclave?
More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the capital wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California. Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now. As before, they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning.
Okay. Can you train me to wear power armor?
Why, yes. Yes, indeed, there is someone. Our intrepid paladin Gunny trains all initiates in the use of power armor. When they're ready. Under the circumstances, I will allow Gunny to train you as well. You'll find him in the Bailey. I will send word that I've given my approval.
I don't intend to change the power armor at least now, but it's a good ability to have, especially against if we have to find against Enclave. It would be good if we had at least the same armor as them to have an equal footing in that sense. Okay, tell me about the super mutants.
Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really, considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years. In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired.
Okay. So, Brotherhood of Steel.
The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know?
Where's the rest of it?
The Brotherhood began on the West Coast, and exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid.
That's not the problem. Brotherhood's problem is that they're very isolationist group. No one wants to. They don't want to accept large numbers of outsiders to swell their ranks, but because that would mean they would also have to change as an organization. So they're basically suffering a slow death. Okay, why are you here in Capital Wasteland?
Ah, no. That's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology. And we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super-mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything.
How long have you been here?
It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super-mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super-mutants are the least of our worries. So be it.
Can you tell me? Didn't I ask about the Brotherhood? Yes, I did. I'll have to go.
Of course.
I do want to at least get the power armor training now.
You just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you? Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place.
Hmm. So, any thoughts on the Enclave?
I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if my father permits it.
You know, anything you know about super mutants?
You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not...
Tell me about the Leon's Pride.
It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none. No one gets in without my say-so.
I have to go now.
Stay strong.
Elder Lion, sir.
As you were.
I think I'll put our little light on. It's really dark here. Okay, who are you? Trainee, initiate. He's worse shot than I am.
Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt. Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates. I swear these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses.
Okay, can you train me to use power armor?
Heard you were coming. Yeah, I can train you, but don't ask me to like it. My initiates sweat blood, and you just get a free pass? Anyway, you ready for this? Now look, to wear power armor, first thing you need to do is relax your muscles. Let the suit do the work, okay? Now you.
You have received the specialized training needed to move in any form of power armor.
What aid can I offer you, outsider?
What do you do here?
I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into brothers of steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Okay, any thoughts about the Enclave?
I am charged with the threat of the Enclave, so killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back. Fucking cowards.
Care to share anything about the super mutants?
Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be. If you'll excuse me, I need to go show these fish how to shoot straight.
I believe him. I've seen them shoot. I'm terrible and I'm bitter.
Hail.
Yeah, they're little kids. Are there actual buildings here, or is this just some kind of a open yard and nothing else? Do they have a shop here, something? I would love to train for a heavy laser of some kind, Gatling laser. That would probably be our best choice against power armored units. It should use heavy weapon skill in this game at least. I'm pretty sure in the New Vegas energy weapons all use energy weapon skill, no matter the size. I could be wrong about that.
There's a problem in the cooling system. I'm not sure what it is, but I'll take a look.
The games are so similar. There's basically like first and second game are like comparable to third and the New Vegas game. They're very similar, but there's differences, so it's very easy to get things mixed up between them, especially about the rules and how things work, because they look identical. They're identical games in that sense, but the mechanics have been altered. Slight tweaking to how weapons work, things like that.
Hail to you. By the traction of hospitality and on the word of Elder Lyons, I welcome you to the Citadel. I am Star Paladin Cross, Keeper of the Arm, and Seneschal to Elder Lyons. And I am honored to say I was acquainted with your father. Now what may I do to help you?
You knew my father.
I did, and you as well. Long ago, I helped guard the water purifier against the super mutant horde. When your father left, I escorted the two of you to Megaton. He was a nobleman. I was saddened to hear of his passing. But from what I've heard, he died with honor. He died for you. I only pray that my own death has such meaning.
No, he died to keep secrets from Enclave. Protect the purifier at least for a moment. He died as he lived, a selfish asshole. Yeah, I'll never forget him.
And so our deeds are carried on through our sons and our daughters. Continue to remember him fondly. Continue to tell his story, and continue to do his work. Through you, he shall carry on. I have heard tales of your travels, and I must say, they disturb me. I had hoped to fight by the side of the child of my former friend. But until you change your ways, my conscience cannot allow me to do so.
Okay, this is a good sign. We can definitely, I'm hoping at least, we can visit the slavers now, since the karma is low.
Stay strong, my friend.
Smithy! There might be a bobblehead somewhere here. I'm not. I've tried to keep my eyes out on them, but there's probably some things I've missed. I'm not relying on finding any of them. I'm assuming I won't find any of them. So when I do, it's just a happy surprise.
Oh yes, hello, I've heard about you. We don't get many strangers here in the Citadel, especially those who walk about unescorted. I am Scribe Bowditch. If you require something, simply ask.
What do you scribes do?
Why, a great many things. There are 3 orders within the scribes, you see, each dedicated to a different field of study.
Tell me about the orders.
Of course, there's the Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, and Order of the Quill. The Order of the Sword develops and maintains the Brotherhood's weapons. The Order of the Shield does the same for our power armor and defenses. The Order of the Quill is responsible for recovering and preserving knowledge, ancient and otherwise.
So you're the Order of the Sword, right?
I am Proctor of the Order of the Shield. I oversee the others in my order and make sure our defenses are up to snuff. Do you know how long it took to fortify these ruins? From the husk of the Pentagon, I carved a grand citadel. No easy task, my friend. Ah, but that was yesterday, when all we had to worry about was those damn super mutants. The Enclave. Now, that's a different problem altogether. Certainly.
So, any thoughts about the Enclave?
They're sporting some pretty impressive power armor, I'll give them that. The Advanced Mark II. But that's all right. With a few modifications, our own armor will more than handle anything they throw at it.
About the super mutants?
They're relentless, like nothing I've ever seen before. I honestly think they see our brothers in power armor as some kind of canned meal. Some of the pieces we've had brought back, men and women ripped in half, Some pulled through their armor. Just horrible. Oh, yes, I can. In fact, I suspect I could write several texts on the various details of the Brotherhood. But I suspect you're in a hurry, so what particulars would you like to know?
Central beliefs.
I'm afraid the answer to that is a lot more nuanced than others might suggest. Brotherhood members are sworn to acquire and protect technology of the past, but not everyone interprets these oaths in the same way. Elder Lyons sees these duties as part of a larger dedication to protect the innocent. Some, like the outcasts, disagree with these priorities.
Me of the outcasts.
It's a rather sad story, I'm afraid. Last year, some of our soldiers had grave disagreements with the decisions of Elder Lyons. Disagreements spiraled out of control, and there was a schism in the ranks. The loyal soldiers practically threw out the dissenters. Now they call themselves the outcasts.
Okay, what was the disagreement?
Where Elder Lyons has fought to protect the people of the capital wasteland, the outcasts demanded we move on and leave them to their fates. They insisted there was more important technology to be recovered in a scientific base in the ruins of Fort Independence to the west. As callous as their decision may be, it's more in line with our original mission. Elder Lyons is an inspiration to us, but to them, he's a traitor.
Who were the exiles?
The soldiers rallied behind Paladin Kasdan, who was one of Elder Lyons' original squad. They served together for over 20 years. Kasdan was well respected and every bit as loyal to the Brotherhood as Elder Lyons. He just disagreed with the interpretations of our oaths. But when disagreements turned into fistfights, he left with the outcasts. We lost more allies that day than we ever have to any battle.
Any way to reconcile?
Lyons and Kasdan would have to agree to any sort of reconciliation, and that's pretty unlikely. They're both quite proud and stubborn. Me, I just wish there was a way we could all agree that at least we're still on the same side. There are bigger problems out there after all.
So what are you doing about the outcasts?
As much as some of our soldiers would like to see them shot for deserting, there's not much we can do. We're too busy with the super mutants. Meanwhile, they're busy seeking out new technology and trying to get back in contact with the Brotherhood out west. So our paths rarely cross, but it's never pretty when they do. I just hope things cool down before it gets worse. It is a rather discouraging subject, isn't it?
Prepare my stuff.
I suppose that I can. The Brotherhood can make use of wasteland currency to trade.
Prepare skill 15. Not all that impressive. 5,800 to repair all. Money seems to exist in this game mainly to repair things. And buy ammunition, of course. That's about it.
Farewell.
But nothing out of the ordinary. The area around Galaxy News Radio is nearly secure.
Very well. Thank you for the update.
Liberty Prime. Holy shit. Gigantic robot.
I need to collect my wits and figure out what to do next. Excuse me.
Listen, thanks for getting us through that. I'm not stupid. I know we wouldn't have made it without you. I'm sorry about your dad, and I'm sorry I've acted like an ass.
We're cool. We're cool because he apologized.
Great. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
The location of their headquarters.
Hey buddy. Hi. Yeah, so listen, thanks and all. Really great job you did there.
All this time spent acquiring technology, and we look like cavemen next to the Enclave. That is not acceptable. The Brotherhood is at your service.
I need to Need to something. I'd like to talk to someone about that robot. It's huge. Its arm is larger than any robot I've seen so far.
You honor us with your presence here.
Yeah, you should feel honored. I am amazing. Is there anyone? Ooh. Not Captain Durga.
Welcome. Quartermaster Durga here, stranger. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're doing in my armory. We run a tight ship, and unless Elder Lion says so, we don't trade with outsiders. Quartermaster out.
Yeah, this isn't a radio conversation. Don't have to say that. Plasma rifle. I'd like to get trading rights.
May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss. I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries.
How did you know my father?
I have been a part of the Brotherhood for many years. Enough that I was here when Project Purity first began. I did not work directly with your father. He and his team valued their independence, and I respected that.
Thanks for your sympathy.
Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault-Tec equipment?
My father was looking for something called a gig. Do you have one?
A GEC? Goodness no, certainly not. I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works. If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one.
So you know how to find one?
Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault-Tec. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
Thank you for your help.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
We need access to that computer now. I want to nail down that objective before moving on. So need to find Elder Leon's.
The Brotherhood is at your service. The Elders sent word of your arrival. I am Scribe Peabody. Welcome, etc. Now, I'm really very busy. Is there something you needed?
Any thoughts on the Enclave?
So they have plasma weapons. Bah! It's strong technology, I'll give you that, but limited in modability. I've already started removing the compensators on our laser weapons to cut through the Black Devil power armor of theirs. We'll drop them like any other meat, don't you worry.
So, he's Order of the Sword. Tell me about the Brotherhood.
You want to talk to Scribe Jameson. She's the archivist, not me. Indeed I can. Pay no heed to those headstrong knights with their pop guns and bravado. It is the scribes who make the Brotherhood what it truly is. The brawn is useless without the brain, Each order of scribes is dedicated to a unique field, all equally important, all more important than those dim-witted grunts.
Yeah, but you're useless without the grunts too, so... You belong to the Order of the Sword.
Sword, of course. Weapons, my girl. You name it, I've helped someone kill it. I'm the proctor of the Order of the Sword, you see. Weapons research, development, and maintenance, all my responsibility. Certainly.
What do you know about super mutants?
Foul, detestable beasts. They're like an infestation. We cut them down and they return again and again. Always so determined to kill or capture. But why?
Have to go.
Until next time.
Okay, there's one scribe we haven't met. There's Elder Leons, and there's the A-Ring. Old computer.
Need something, friend? Welcome.
Map armory, okay. Send them a Leons, not
Welcome.
the correct Leons.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
DC area vault listings. Okay, we know where 101 is and when 112 is, but there's at least 5 other vaults we haven't visited yet, so 108. Equipment issuances. Ooh, non-standard equipment. Defensive weaponry. Triple normal issues. Okay, personnel assignments. Sanders' positions have been intentionally left unfilled, and will be assigned by the Overseer according to the Vault 108 protocols. According to the pre-assignment medical test, Mr. Jones has a genetic disposition for a rare terminal strain of cancer, which should ideally cause him to expire within 40 months of the project's inception. These two events should combine to allow a proper catalyst that allows this project to continue as planned. Okay, what's the goal? Cannot be said. We know what 112 was, but what's the project goal? Access restricted. So 106, go. This information has been redacted at the request of Dr. Albert Lyris of the Psychological Research Department and Chief Overseer of the Vault 106 project. All inquiries into the goals and research methods of Vault 106 are to be directed through his office. Albert Lyris is the overseer, and all other information has been removed. Oh. Okay, 92. Go access restricted. Equipment. Sound equipment itemized in memo. Musical instruments, recording equipment. Okay. 87. Yeah, access restricted. Non-standard equipment stasis chamber, plasma containment field, GEC, food processing station. So Vault 87. And Vault 76 is one of our 17 control vaults. It will operate exactly according to the plan dictated in the marketing material produced by Vault-Tec and precisely to resident expectations. This vault will open automatically after a period of 20 years, and residents will be pushed back into the open world for study in comparison to the other experiments. 500 occupants. So that's like the entire city there. But yeah, 87 is the gold mine. I'd like to take a quick look at their world map. Did we get all their locations? We got none of their locations. Yeah, we need to go back to the scribes to ask more information. Pentagon Library. Mission Colossina report. Development of the mutant undermining lifeform continues apace, and our chief bioengineers are certain that they will be able to perfect these living weapons in time for deployment into Red China. Once covertly released into the enemy's environment, their aggressive qualities, dangerous hunger, and pervasive breeding should severely undermine the infrastructure of the location in short order, softening the target for ground invasion. At this point, the genetic kill switch can be activated, allowing for easy reclamation, not including a significant one-time cleanup effort. Current MVL development primarily uses genetic stock of rodents, particularly the common sewer rat, and progress has been significant. FEV testing has been rejected, however, as the results are sterile. Project Brainstorm. Our flagship project, the Induced Patriotism Initiative, has met with resounding success. Our agents have successfully included covert and overt messages of extreme patriotism and loyalty into popular media, ranging from the big screen to the Sunday funnies. Increased military enrollment amongst target demographics serves as to underline this success. Agent Webb has been particularly effective at influencing the music industry, and he has interesting proposals for the fields of organized sports and even such notoriously difficult markets as comic books and toys. A success in these areas would ensure early education with our message and thus ensure a more dedicated and devoted nation for us all. Okay. Report on UFO codenamed Palandine. Further investigations into the UFO codenamed Palandine have confirmed our suspicions. On the evening of May 3, 2062, an alien craft of unknown make and origin did indeed breach the airspace just north of Hagerstown, Maryland, and crashed into a heavily wooded non-residential area. Unfortunately, attempts to retrieve the craft proved unsuccessful, and simply could not be located either due to some kind of advanced invisibility shielding or because the occupants managed to make repairs and vacate the crash site before our arrival. Despite our failure of recovery, the significance of this event cannot be denied. We are not alone. I don't want to go to the B ring yet. I need to know what offices are in this. Knight Artemis.
So what's
What aid can I offer you, outsider?
You must see a lot of things. What's been going on?
What's been going on? Well, let's see. For years, we've been draining our resources defending the ungrateful residents of this no-man's land. Most of my best friends have either been ripped apart by super mutants or left to join the outcasts. And now an enemy we faced more than 30 years ago has resurfaced, and their tech is still better than ours. What's been going on with you?
Okay, outcasts.
I really don't want to go into it. Go bug Scribe Bowditch. He could talk a dog off a meat truck.
Citadel.
I can help with that. What do you need?
I need supplies. Who would I see about that?
Well, any one of us would see Knight Captain Durga down in the lab, but since you're an outsider, you'll need permission from Elder Lyons.
What about a medic?
You could say that. We have an old robo-doc. He's a bit creepy, but he does the job. You'll find him in B-Ring.
Okay, what about... No, I don't need that.
Very well.
Any thoughts on the Enclave?
As if we didn't have enough to worry about. Their weapons are better. Their power armor is better. Is their training better? We'll see.
What about super mutants?
You know how many uglies I've killed? More than all of Lion's pride combined. That's how many. All it takes is a loaded weapon and the will to use it. Oh, and a good way to get ugly blood out of your armor. Little bit of Abraxo and some water. Works like a charm. Steel be with you.
You honor us with your presence here.
I do want to take a quick peek on in every place just to see if there's something valuable somewhere left on the table. And he doesn't say anything.
Yes?
Say nothing. Continue to say nothing.
I'm glad that we understand one another.
Please marry me. Ooh, is there a pressure cooker here? No, it's normal cooking pots. All?
Need something, friend?
Hello, Brotherhood of Steel holotag. Vargas. Kodiak. Captain Dusk. Lion's Pride, I guess.
Hail.
Hail Caesar. Yep, B-Ring. Should be the final part we haven't visited yet. Hospital.
Need something, friend? What aid can I offer you, outsider? Of course.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
Tamper with that, we're gonna have a problem.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
I think I might be addicted to something.
I thought you had the look about you. Sure, I can help you, but it's not free. 50 caps. Take it or leave it.
Yep, hear me.
Okay, hold still. I don't want to make this any more painful than it already is. Medical procedure complete. Further instructions?
Yes.
Acknowledged.
I have to go.
Unit deactivating. This troop is hitting the rack.
Well, what's your time?
Squire Maxon Bailey access. By order of Elder Lion, Squire Maxon is not to be given unsupervised access to the Bailey while live fire practice is in effect. Lion's Pride recruiting. Due to the tragic death of Initiate Redding, Lion's Pride now has one opening effective immediately. You can't shoot an ugly from 150 yards blindfolded, don't waste my time. DNR Soldier rotation. Due to the increased super mutant activity in the vicinity of Galaxy News Radio, and the importance of that outpost, all Knights and Paladins can expect to be added to the patrol rotation in that area. See your squad leaders for more information.
Typical appraisal of our situation.
Squire Maxon's terminal.
Hello. Hail to you, stranger. I am Squire Maxon, loyal servant of Steel. It is an honor to make your acquaintance.
You seem nervous, kid. Did I make you nervous?
Well, yes, sir. If I may speak my will, you do, sort of. We do not have many guests in the Citadel. And when we do, they're usually visiting brothers. Outsiders are not to be trusted, so says the Codex. Shield yourself from those not bound to you by steel, for they are the blind. Aid them when you can, but lose not sight of yourself.
Yeah, no need to be nervous.
It's not personal. Anybody who has not taken the oath of fraternity is suspicious to us. The Codex says, fear those who do not pledge to the Brotherhood, for their eyes may be opened through service. They are now blind. But it also tells us, give way your suspicions to the wisdom of thine elder. Where he shows trust, so shall you. Elder Lions trust you, so you are free to stay here.
Yeah, they don't actually make you fight, do they?
No. But I could. I know I'm ready. I mean, it would be scary, but it's not fair that I have to sit inside while the Knights go on patrol. I did go out one time, you know. Sarah, Sentinel Lions took me out, just to show me. I killed a super mutant too, I swear. I also sort of shot Sarah, but just a little. It was just a flesh wound. Very well.
Welcome.
What is this? The Solar.
Hey, let me ask you something.
What's on your mind?
Does this sound noble enough? Quail before me, foul super mutant. Thine end is at hand. Yield that I may ease thine suffering.
Why are you talking like that?
I've been practicing. Come on, we're a knightly order, right? I figure we should speak the part. I want to sound like Elder Lions.
Elder Lions does not sound like that. You're an idiot.
Fine, I'll practice on someone else. Hail, thanks for nothing.
Oh, anytime.
Okay. Scribe.
Got a second? What is it?
That, oh, they.
The others have been saying about the Enclave?
Personal log.
Have you seen that Enclave power armor? That's the advanced Mark II. I don't know if a standard round could even penetrate that stuff.
So you're saying we're all going to die? That's very optimistic. Thanks.
Where the hell is the Elder?
Tell you what, let's hook up later and go see Scribe Bowditch. I heard he's been working on some new power armor mods.
Roger that.
Ah, yeah, it's a miracle if you can find some. If you can find some specific person in here. Scribe Jameson.
Hail.
She's the missing scribe.
Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson. Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know.
Yeah. Tell me about the Brotherhood.
Ah, one of my favorite subjects, of course. What would you like to know?
Brotherhood believes.
We believe in technology, in the triumph of the creations of the ancients, over the horrors and evils of the wasteland. We believe in trust. Trust in technology. Trust in our fellow brothers. Trust in our elders. Ah, and we believe in victory. Our forces have dwindled, but still we fight on. Super Mutant, Enclave, it matters not. Surrender is not an option.
Who are the members?
Elder Lyons leads us. Star Paladin Cross is his seneschal. Sentinel Lyons, the Elder's daughter, commands the Lion's Pride, our elite combat squad. The Paladins lead the Knights. The Knights are the core of the Brotherhood. They scour the wastes to eliminate evil and recover technology. Scribe Rothschild oversees the scribes in their duties to seek knowledge and restore the technology the Brotherhood has acquired.
What about the Brotherhood's history in this area?
We first arrived in the capital wasteland in 2255. In those first couple of years, we discovered the Citadel, super mutants, and Project Purity. Ah, the Purifier. What an undertaking. The work your father and his team did was amazing. The Brotherhood helped protect them, you know, at least for a little while. But we were stretched thin as it was, even back then. We had to pull our forces out. When we did, the place was overrun. I imagine that's when your father left. I'm sorry. I wish things had turned out differently. Very well.
Thoughts about Enclave?
Quite a few. But most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion. I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now.
Super mutants.
The Brotherhood has been battling super mutants for decades. First out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of super mutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why.
Scribes.
Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research.
What order are you a part of?
Actually, I am proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel. We are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearly. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast.
I need to find the Elder Lyons. Where the hell is he? Ah, thank God. Give me access to your stuff.
Hail to you, daughter of James.
Yeah, I do have a name. I'd like permission to trade.
This is not normally something that we do. Trade with outsiders has proven to be problematic in the past. However, considering the circumstances, so be it. I'll send word to Durga that you have full access to trade.
What can you tell me about the outcasts?
The outcasts are a result of my greatest mistake, but a mistake I'm proud of nonetheless. When I came here, I realized for the first time that the Brotherhood's technology could truly save the survivors in this wasteland. I chose to help them, even if it meant putting the Brotherhood's interests at risk. Some of my soldiers called me a hero. Others called me a traitor. The dissenters left my command, calling themselves outcasts to mock me. I cannot fault their dedication, even if I find them lacking in compassion.
How do you know? I thought the protection of humanity was part of Brotherhood's oaths.
Only in a very broad sense. The Brotherhood's oaths are to protect humanity's progress, but not necessarily every human. The outcasts and members of the Brotherhood in other places consider it a waste to protect most people. After all, they say, everyone knows how to make another human, but the secrets to making a P-94 plasma rifle are all but lost.
How do you soldiers feel about this?
Even now, a year after they left, the wounds of their departure are still sore. Some of my soldiers are angry about it. They see it as an insult to me. Bless them for their loyalty. They're more angry about it than I ever was. Others understand their decision. Sometimes I hear them wondering if they should have gone with them. I can't blame them, but I stand by my decision, and I respect theirs. Yes.
Okay, now we have everything we really wanted. We'll go to the lab. I think that was where the equipment storage was, wasn't it? Maybe. The den. No, not the den. No. Armory court. Yeah, I think it was in the basement here, at the bottom level.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Trade. I'm interested in Gatling laser mainly.
I received word from Elder Lyons. He says that you have permission to trade with us. Good for you.
Trade!
Yeah, I suppose.
Ammunition over 1,000 5mm. Grenades. Crap. Well, I really wanted to get a hold of this tire iron here, so... Well, at least I can dump some equipment and I can move on to some other things. I think we pretty much extinguished all our options here, at least as far as I'm concerned. Laser rifles, a lot of them. Plasma rifle. I'd like to keep it. It doesn't weigh all that much. We can't use it much at this point. Okay. Missile launcher. How good is our missile launcher? It is in an okay condition. We can use it definitely. I'll still buy another one just so I can repair it. Minigun in okay condition. I'll still buy another one so we can repair it. Armor, we fought quite a lot. Yeah, it's in shit condition. So I'll buy a couple of the cheaper ones. I think that's a better investment. Flamer fuel? No. So I think we'll buy quite a lot of 5mm rounds then. Let's start with 100. Yeah, that's okay. I'll take another 100.
Don't forget to sign out. Of course.
Thanks. No. Okay, now we have a good condition armor. Good condition minigun. Good condition launcher. Anything else? Yeah, we have more weapons than I really like. Why do I have these?
Quartermaster here. What?
Trade. Yeah, 10mm pistol. We had something else I wanted to get rid of. Oh, what was it? Yeah, scope magnum.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Explain.
Of course.
And that's about it. We'll have to figure out what to do next time, but I think this is a place to stop for now.